Okay, yep, we are live.
All right, we are live. All right, so we're gonna call the meeting to order at 7 PM. We'll go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call. We've got Jonathan Kincaid.
Here.
We've got Eileen Farmer.
Here.
Zach Tischendorf.
Here.
And John Goldsberry here. First thing we need to do is review the July minutes.
Here's
I think everybody's had a copy of this, right, through email already? So. Anybody want to entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the July minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a second motion to approve the July minutes. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any public comments? Motion passes 3-0. All right. We'll hand it over to you, Zach.
Okay, so you guys have my monthly report. Just to start out with events that we have coming up this month. This Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. we will be having a kickball night down at Yellow Park. This will be a great family event, and I believe Julie's Dance Academy will be providing concessions as well. And then the following weekend we have Touch a Truck at the park or Public Safety Day, and that will be from 10 to 1. I think this is the 7th year we've done this. 7th or 8th, I think. So it's always a big hit. And everything will be ready to go. And then the last event that we have on the calendar for a month is we have the Red Cross Blood Drive at the Community Center. That will be Monday, August 25th from 1 to 6 p.m. So I think this is the first time we're actually finally doing a blood drive since we started with this board and myself. So hoping for a good turnout.
Yeah, good job getting that set up. Had they ever done them before, years ago?
That I'm not sure, maybe sporadically. I don't think it was like a consistent annual thing. But
Good stuff either way.
yeah, it's always good, so. Jesse, did you wanna mention or talk at all about the kickball night? Did you?
I'm just gonna see if anybody wants to volunteer. No, I think I can find volunteers, but I'm gonna ask the board first. I only think we need maybe someone to run like the kids game and someone probably run the adult game, that would be it. But like I said, I think I can find some. You guys would.
Just call them like outs or something?
Yeah.
Making sure
Yeah.
nobody, yeah.
Yeah.
Gets to unruly.
Yeah. Right.
I can help in some way, but I'll have the baby.
Right, yeah, I figured so.
Yeah.
That's fine, like I said, I think I can find people just to.
So Julie's is running the concessions. One thing I thought about that would be kind of cool, I don't know if you guys have thought about it or had, I don't know what all you got lined up, but some kind of music, like a boombox type deal, whatever.
We have a giant speaker down at.
Perfect.
We're using it at the ice rink.
Perfect,
Already got a playlist.
awesome, yeah,
Awesome.
that'll make it, give it a little hype,
Oh, yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And then if you got a microphone, then it gets even better.
That's what I wonder about, cause like honestly, there's a couple times I'm like, I'm gonna look into that, I think we.
Yeah.
can.
You could always have fun heckling people during the kickball tournament, that'd be fun,
I
so.
would take a megaphone as well, if anyone has one.
Yeah. Actually, I've got another speaker too, if we need one for field two, so,
I also have a giant speaker.
cool. Well, yeah, if you need help, just reach out to us, but thanks for setting that up, that's gonna be awesome, and there's been a lot of feedback and traffic on social media for that, so that's pretty cool.
Some decent size, Julie's hasn't even, posted it on their page yet, so I'm hoping.
Yeah,
We'll see how it goes.
good deal.
As far as projects that we've been working on over the last month, the trails, we've been pruning back a lot of the limbs and stuff just to keep faces and off the equipment. And then also spraying the brush just to keep it down, hopefully it doesn't get so much regrowth along the edges of the trails. The landscaping beds up at the liquor store, and Circle S. We've had to do quite a bit of extra work to them this year just with all the rain. Thankfully it's starting to dry out a little bit. As far as the park's concerned, so.
Hey, one thing on the trails. So the chain link fence along Rudolph, do they have any obligation to like clear that off on their side a little bit? Or how does that work? I just
So-
noticed there's a lot of stuff growing over and into the trails.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can talk to Rick Goffinette. I know there's been a few instances where like trees have died and fallen over on the fence, and usually what I do is I just try to cut it to where it will fall back on their side of the fence if I can, and I just make them aware of like, hey, you might wanna go check your fence out in this spot.
Yeah.
I could see with him if they would care to do any maintenance. It's kind of difficult now because there's so many trees, large
Wow.
trees, that they can't really get side by sides back there very easily. So yeah.
It was just a thought. I didn't know who was liable to maintain it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, they probably would have started doing that from the time they built the fence, but it's gotten, some of
Right.
the stuff's got pretty big.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can get with Rick and see, if he's got any thoughts on it. The park, as we all know, the master plan is completed, they got through the minor edits. So they should be getting that posted to the town website here pretty soon, and, we'll be sure to blast that out on Facebook as well. Overall, I'm very pleased with the plan. I think they did a really good job with the renderings. And now it's just a matter of putting the plan to action, so we'll get into that here in a little bit. We did have an issue with the water heater in field 1. I'm pretty sure it's original, so it's probably as old as I am. So we got our money out of it, but we did get that replaced.
Is that the one that was randomly squirting water out in baseball season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaking.
Yeah, we saw that.
Well, you were in field 2 though.
Was it field 2?
You were field 2.
Field 2, we got that.
There was a leak near that one too. Cause I stopped by when I was walking one day and
It was
John
during-
and his wife were working.
Yeah.
And I looked down and I saw it dripping and I was like, I don't think that's normal. That's not condensation. And so anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's been fixed or not. That was a while back.
I think it has. I can double check it, but I'm pretty sure that Randy took a look.
Cause it was the water heater, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I was thinking that was like the second week of June, something like that, so. But, yeah, I mean,
Weird.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Randy took a look at that after you guys told me about it, cause I've gone in there a couple times and I haven't seen
Seen
any water.
anything.
on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we would know at this point, if it was really bad,
Yeah,
so.
we'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, the one on field 1 was leaking pretty bad. Got that fixed, did get, one set of the AEDs replaced, the pads, were expired, so or close to expiring, so I got that done. They're on back order right now, actually, I was talking with Jane Stout, who's with County EMS, or EMA, and she said that like, they're on national back order, it's crazy.
The pads or the
The
machines?
pads.
Yeah.
So, we'll keep an eye on that and try to get those taken care of as quick as we can.
Yeah, especially with the fall sports coming up.
Yeah,
'Cause
well,
there's-
we've got the pad on field 1, or the AED on field 1 is updated.
Okay, good.
Um,
It's about to be a madhouse down there.
Yes, yes. Speaking of that, the Bermuda field is coming along nicely, with the winter kill repairs that we've done. Howard's been a huge help. He came back and volunteered, and that's his baby, so he's been all over that thing, and we've helped him as he's needed help, so. Just a few spots along the sideline yet that haven't completely covered over, but, the goal boxes where we typically have a lot of damage just from all the wear and tear, I mean, they're healing up very nicely. So hopefully, here in about 2 weeks, we're gonna turn soccer and football loose on it, so, it should be in good enough shape though, so.
Yeah, and we don't, Minutemen football shouldn't need it until the first week of September,
Yeah.
because we'll practice up top, so.
Yeah.
That'll be a little less traffic on there from us.
Sure. The fall sports agreements, I got those sent out to soccer and football. We'll start painting lines, at least on the Bermuda field next week. That way we're ready for the week after. And then we'll start on the other fields that Rec League uses pretty heavily, so. The appraisals for Ashburn Road and Indiana 162 property, one of them is complete, the other one's getting close. I will reach out to Town Attorney Kevin Patmore to confirm the next steps. I'm not sure how that works exactly, if we need to bring the numbers to the council first, or if that gets presented to you guys first, and then who and when an potential offer is discussed. And where the money
I would say we'll have to get the two appraisals and explain again, we can only accept or pay how much?
So it basically
Is it the average of the two appraisals?
no more than the average, I believe.
Okay. Well, we'll just figure out what that number is, and then I would think we would have to vote to approve you to take it to the council, I guess,
That's what I would
for
assume.
possible purchase or whatever, so.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Kevin, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's keep going after that. I think that'll be a good thing if we can get that purchased and be able to utilize it, have more space.
Sure. We also touched up the bollards at the park. They were starting to get a little bit faded, so we got those painted up. And then later this fall, we'll probably try to work on doors and foul poles. And then over the winter, we'll probably utilize the shop and pull the trash cans in and get them cleaned up, get them repainted, prepped and repainted. They're starting to peel a little bit in places, but. And then next summer, I was wanting to get the uprights on the Bermuda field done, but with us doing the repairs, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to drive a lift out on the field, so.
Yeah, and they look fine for now. It'll be all right.
So circling back to the master plan, I did meet with Midwestern engineers. Due to some potential budget constraints and the Land and Water Conservation Fund grant not even being open for applications this year, I think we do need to come up with a game plan to get the playground built. You know, the public has been very adamant in pretty much every survey for the last 15 years that they want a better playground. I've spoken with the council about this at the budget hearing last week. I think we have the support. And then we just have to get a little creative as far as, you know, we may try to get a few more grants, smaller grants to help supplement that. We may have to chip in some of our special fund and our donation fund. But I think it's a critical part of it. And meeting with Clint, he felt like it was very feasible. He felt like, you know, REA put a good plan together for us, but he felt like maybe some of the cost estimates were very conservative, very high, and that we could get what we needed with maybe without all the frills at a little more reasonable cost. So, yeah, that's where we're at on that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the playground's first and foremost. We need to hammer down on that and get focused and figure out how we can make it happen. That's been the number one thing from the public on the surveys and all the discussions we've had, and it'll draw people in from all over.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, it's kind of the centerpiece of a park, you know. And hopefully the first phase, even with the parking adjacent to it, it'll help make it safer. It'll make it look a lot nicer. Something that start to get a little bit of wow factor, and hopefully, you know, if people continue to be excited and we can make some progress, we can keep on trucking along.
Absolutely.
The community center, so we did get new lines on the pickleball court last month.
looks great, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
saw that, I think, a day or two after you guys did it.
So big kudos to everybody that pitched in on that. It was kind of a good timing for it. It was pretty hot anyway, so good time to be inside. New signage, so we did finally get word back from Custom Sign. I believe the gentleman that had we originally talked to about it had left, but then they were gonna send out, one of their other sign architects and then also get measurements as far as like setbacks from the road, dimensions of the sign, drawings, so that whenever, the time comes, if we do decide to proceed with the sign, then we can fill out the sign permit and go through the APC to make sure that we're, our sign would meet all their requirements. So we'll keep you posted on that. I'm not sure what kind of timeline we're looking at there. So the roof repair, as we've talked about before, there is maybe about 10 by 10 space on the southeast corner of the upper roof at the community center that we noticed water was leaking through into the ceiling. And I believe we had B&S Roofing come out and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of diagnosed the problem, and then I asked for some quotes. They kind of gave me like a not to exceed number, and I called multiple times to try to get on the schedule. I haven't gotten it.
So what's interesting, I actually ran into Cody today, and I told him, he said, I lost, he goes, who's the director? I said, Zach. He said, I've lost Zach's number. And so I said, well, so I sent it to him, told him, you need to reach back out to Zach, because I said, we got to get that thing fixed.
Who's Cody?
Cody Burton.
Cody Burton, okay.
From B&S Roofing.
Yep.
So, I mean, if he gets back with me, that would be great. Because I hadn't heard anything in so long, and I had texted him and called him multiple times, I went ahead and reached out to Honest Abe.
Sure.
They've done a couple other repairs,
Sure.
minor repairs, and they shot me a pretty fair price. I thought $1,371.
Yeah.
Basically, they're going to take the shingles up, cut the deck out, put new deck in.
Southeast corner, is that the storage room?
No,
Or is that,
So basically, if you're parking in the parking lot, the right-hand side, not the main roof, like above the foyer, but the one above it, there's like that upper level.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that corner there. But yeah, so my plan was just to get back with Honest Abe. I left them a voicemail about getting on the schedule, so I'd like to get that buttoned up before winter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll cost a lot more money if we don't get it fixed.
Yeah.
Through the utilities or the street department's paving in Holiday Village, there were some millings that we were able to get a hold of. The plan is the utilities guys are gonna come help me spread it, just because they got bigger equipment. But we'll get a little more base down over there and hopefully clear up some of the wet spots. That way you can get around a little easier, and the garbage truck's not letting everything out back there. So that's on the list. I do know that Chris Glenn had said that they were gonna wait till it cooled off a little bit, just because the backhoe, the AC, I think, is on the fritz. So, we do have the TVs in the cardio room have been giving me issues. And I'm still a little puzzled as to why. They're both the same model TV. I'm not sure if the remotes are losing connection, if the Wi-Fi is going in and out, and it's not like the TVs aren't updating. It's random. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There'll be times where I'll get complaints of like, hey, the TVs aren't working. Remotes won't turn them on. So then, I'll look at it. Yeah, you're right, not working. And then there could be other times where like I don't get to it for a couple days. I go in there, TVs work fine. So I decided that to go ahead and get a different brand TV that's the same size, and we'll put it up in the cardio room. We'll take the other one down, and then in the foyer on the east side of the building, we can put another display TV up that shows sponsorship information, events, other pertinent building information. That way, whichever side you come in, you can kind of see what's going on. So,
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
yeah, not ideal, but I would hate to just throw a TV away and
Yeah.
get a different one. So,
It's interesting that it's in and out like that, though.
it's kind of bizarre. I don't really have an answer.
It almost sounds like an update Wi-Fi type of thing. I mean, unless it's just,
Unless it's just the TV, I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
It's got some gremlins. And then the foyer restroom, so it's been a while since we've talked about that. The two restrooms in the foyer on the east side of the building are nowhere near ADA compliant. And I had gotten with Candy Hub with Universal Design last fall, and she had sent back some design estimates, and then you guys decided that, if we were to proceed with the project, to go with just a single-use restroom that leaves more room to get the proper turning radius for wheelchairs. Basically, be a little bit of demo work. They would have to move the sink slightly. One of the sinks, existing sinks, they'd have to move a little bit, and they'd have to move the existing toilet a little bit to be able to get grab bars in. The council did seem to be supportive of getting that done. They were willing to use cumulative building funds to do that. And so my plan is to start working on that, and then hopefully this winter, going into the first part of next year, we can get that completed.
good deal.
So Universal said that they can assist us with the bid process and the inspections and all that, so. And then as far as other items for your attention, a lady by the name of Jean Knox had reached out to me. She, I believe, moved here from Arizona. She is interested in teaching Tai Chi at the community center. She does have insurance. She does have licensure, and she really is just interested in doing it as a service. She was an instructor where she came from for like 15 years, I think. And she had also asked about the possibility of maybe even live streaming some of the stuff from the community center, so maybe something to reach people in home as well. I had kind of just let her know that, like Thursday nights or karate nights. But if she, if this was something that we were interested in her doing, that she could, send us the day of the week that would work best for her at the time, and we could, block the room out for her. I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper too. I don't know if she's wanting to just do the streaming and maybe not have so many in-person participants. Maybe we could even do it in the lounge there.
Yeah.
Rather than taking up the whole main room.
I think the biggest thing is we need to tie it into Jesse with our programming and advertise it as something that we're doing as a community center. And just make sure she knows that, it's free of charge.
Yeah.
There's no subscriptions for a live stream, she can't be
Making
making money off of it if she's not paying rent. Now, if she's part of our programming and it's a free service, that's no different than some of the other stuff we do. But we just gotta make sure that there's no income, because that wouldn't be fair to others.
Sure.
So, and, pending any insurance requirements, we just gotta make sure she's good there. So, but I think it's great, more programming, more things to do, and we just gotta make sure she's covered with everything that's required.
So, I guess if we get guidance, John, what are your thoughts?
I think as long as she has proper insurance and licensing, it'd be fine. My only recommendation is maybe just have a quick conversation with Kevin, maybe just to verify that, from a legal standpoint, we're not, causing any issues.
Does there need to be a waiver?
Yeah.
Sign a waiver before they do it?
Yeah.
That'd be part of the
That's
insurance
traditional
discussion.
now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just take it to Kevin and our insurance company and see what's required to make it happen.
Okay.
And then just discuss with,
What you might want to do
Jean.
too is, when she does provide her insurance, have her show a certificate to the town that has the town of Santa Claus and listed on there as an additional insured. So then in the event somebody slips and falls while they're attending her class, and their policy, her policy would respond on behalf of the town.
That would also cover if she wanted to go outside and do it at Yellig or something like that too. So that'd be good.
And a lot of the companies are really starting to look for waivers, like John and Eileen were talking about. So, I mean, it might be something too that just to, covering all bases, so.
From a record-keeping standpoint,
It's gonna be,
would it be easier to have like an iPad or something and people could just sign in and then it goes in the cloud?
it would be ideal, because that way that at least everything, it's electronically stamped, time, all that. That it's when somebody's showing up, obviously, and they have proof of it. There's security cameras and stuff down there as well, right? So, you've got documentation as far as that goes, because I know a lot of companies look for that as well, so. But otherwise, I think it'd be good to go.
And I guess as far as, I lost my train of thought.
I think the biggest thing is just to make sure Jean knows that it can't be for profit, because otherwise we'd have to charge her rent like we do other for-profit entities, so
Sure,
just make sure she understands that,
yeah,
so.
certainly. What about the fee? Like, if she's providing it as a service, I would feel like we need to maybe entertain waiving the fee, just because otherwise she's paying to provide a community service that really is
Yeah.
benefiting us, because we don't have the costs associated with hiring somebody even as a contract employee
Right.
to do this stuff.
No, I think it's along the lines of, well, I don't know enough about the morning energizers, but do they pay a fee?
So basically, we have partnered with them on that, and then, they've got to provide me with their insurance, and it's
Right.
something that we sponsor when they're doing it,
Yeah, and I think that's how this should be handled.
Yeah,
Some, very similar.
same thing, I mean, they have their own insurance.
Yeah,
and
because
their
they're not
license and stuff.
charging either, right?
No,
So,
so.
I'd say it's pretty much the same concept there.
The only other thing I have is trick or treat trail. So I noticed that we don't have that on our events on Facebook.
You guys haven't created it yet.
Yeah, well, and since, I guess my point being, since we haven't created an event, do we wanna go ahead and hammer out exact times and days? We've tried Saturdays, we've tried Sundays, we've done rain days.
It's the 26th, because I put the trucks and everything for
I
it.
was gonna say, I
Is
thought
that
we already
Is that
picked
Sunday?
all the dates.
We decided after last year.
Yeah, we do have it on the schedule. We decided noon to 2 on the 26th. Yeah, I don't know when we decided that, but
It would've been
a
back.
few meetings ago we
We did it
did.
all in like January, didn't we?
Yeah,
Didn't we
January,
plan all the
February,
events for
yeah,
the
we
whole
tried,
year?
yeah, just for marketing purposes, trying to get the information out.
From
to
12 to
people.
2.
12 to 2 Central Time is what I've got. Is that correct, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mistake. And then you have food trucks all lined up, you're on the inflatables, and then basically it's just a matter of getting candy, pretty much.
Yes. I mean, I'll even start reaching out to businesses and stuff. I wanted to get through Touch a Truck, and then we'll
I think that Sunday will be I think it's a good time to have it, because, you get a lot of families coming out of church, and if we're advertising, putting on Facebook, they know there's gonna be food trucks down there. Things are so expensive to go out to eat and everything else, like restaurants, you can go down there, take the kids, you got inflatables, so I think it's a good day to do it.
Yeah, we felt like our turnouts on Sundays were better, so after a couple Saturdays, we decided to move it back.
Well, even from the businesses, it's been better. Granted, the weather the last couple of years hasn't been the greatest, but, even like the bank, Spencer County Bank came for years, and the years that we did on Saturday, they couldn't get somebody there because they're open until noon.
Sure.
And they love participating, and they're not the only one, there's others, that Sunday is just a little calmer day, nobody's really, not as many places are open, so.
Would you, can I bring up the the lady that does the blue animals is coming this year.
Oh,
So, just only because she was at the, mental health awareness walk, and that was like a hit. I mean, it was a line like crazy, so I thought,
Is that the lady from Tell City?
yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
So, I think it cost, I think it was like, I don't have to look back, maybe $200, I think, or something.
we've got, yeah, I think our donation fund will cover that.
The kids was loved it, so.
She was a big
okay.
hit at the 4-H fair too.
Really?
Yeah,
They
like,
just go crazy.
yeah, I mean, like, taking down things and she's still making giraffes and stuff, so.
I think another 4-year-old waiting in line for it even, so I was like, that's something. So anyway, so that's just something small we got to see to add that we hadn't done.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
So that's all I've got. Does anybody have any questions, comments, other things they'd like to talk about?
You wanna go over your report as far as like memberships, admittance, room rentals, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Just to give us an idea on where we're at. Is it increasing, decreasing, staying the same, average?
It's staying pretty similar. I'll be honest with you, here in the last year, our summer, memberships have ticked up to where we really don't see the big drop-offs like we used to. I think some of that is the cardio equipment. I think some of that is the morning energizers. We've probably had 5 or 6 people sign up just because, oh, yeah, I didn't know this was here.
Yeah, I think too, now with the upgrades, you guys have made the building so much better in general. And then having the newer equipment and stuff like that, I think when those college kids come home, the word spreads more. Cause it's a nice place for them to go and it's
Yeah.
fairly cheap. So I think that's part of it too.
Sure. So, yeah, overall, but, you know, between senior, youth, and adult, we're right at about 100 people. So that's a good place to be.
Looks like, the rental hours are pretty good too compared to usual.
Yeah, we did have 2, one, I think it was 1 3-hour rental, and another full day rental. And then Eric had 10 hours this month because there was 5 Thursdays in July. So,
Good.
How
yeah.
is the karate or that going?
Oh, I mean,
It's,
my kids are in it, so I can speak to how many are there.
talking to Eric, he's been pleasantly surprised with how quick it grew. You know, he does kind of anticipate with fall sports, kids kind of dropping off a little bit. But, I mean, heck, he's on his 3rd 6-month lease now, or 4th maybe? Yeah, I think 3rd 6-month lease. And he's been pretty happy with it.
How many kids we talking?
Well, over the summer, several have like paused, but before the summer, there were probably 10 kids in the hour class, the older kids, and there were 3 or 4 in Corinne's age class, so,
Good.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
good deal.
The consistency's nice, and, well, I mean, that's the thing too, right? I mean, we wanna see the facility being used, that's what it's there for.
Absolutely.
You know, we'll keep putting our heads together and trying to figure out other ways to get it used.
Well, I think it's like John said, once people get inside there and they realize how nice of a place it is and how much work you've done to improve it, I mean, it's like, hey, you know, we've got this really nice facility in our backyard and you don't even realize it until you get in there, so.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've got.
Good work.
Jessica,
Looks
you have
good.
anything you wanna discuss?
I guess, I don't know how many volunteers we need for Red Cross whatnot, but maybe we'll tap into the church on that. I think we just need a couple for like sign.
Yeah, they sign in and then like they help distribute snacks and stuff maybe.
Which honestly, like, I could be there, so we probably just, in this week, if we there, we'll probably get it.
Well, it would be nice if we could get, even if it was like 5 or 6 volunteers, just so that nobody has to be there the entire 5 hours.
Yeah,
'Cause,
just
you know,
reach
as
out.
kids
Tell us how many people you need, what time slots, we can find people. There's people willing to help, we just have to let them know what we need, so. I think on that same note, I don't know when it's a good idea, but the volunteer day thing that we were gonna do and the weather kinda got in the way, but what does that look like? Do we wanna try to do another one of those yet this fall, or what helps you, I guess is the question.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good thing from just a, community aspect, getting people together. I mean, really, knock on wood, there's nothing major. I mean, small stuff comes along, we try
Right.
to fix it.
Well, I think that's where the volunteer day is most beneficial, is the smaller, easier stuff that we can just say, hey, you 10 people go do this for the next hour or two, and, the little stuff that frees up a lot of time for you guys down there to do bigger things. So, just keep that in mind and we can figure that out, but I think it'd be good to get that scheduled, because we're gonna have so many people down there anyways this fall that are waiting an hour or two or whatever. If we can say, hey, we've got this section of landscaping we'd like to have weeds pulled from, can we get a group to do it? A football team or a soccer team or whatever in between games, whatever, stuff like that. Because if you make people aware of that, they want to help. And we've got a lot of good people that will jump in. We just got to let them know what we would like them to get involved with. So
I'm almost wondering, maybe, so like I know Jesse had previously discussed the Gaga ball pit.
mhm.
I wonder if maybe we could make it more project centric, and then we just try to get like 5 people, 10 people for like smaller days.
Yeah.
People that don't, maybe we find the skilled people that can do carpentry and can lay things out.
Right.
And then you need people that can carry boards, bring you screws.
Yep.
That type of stuff. And I think we'll get there. It's just, we've kind of gotten in a rhythm, and it's kind of nice to not have a bunch of stuff to do.
Right. Right.
Because the first year or two, it's like, oh my gosh, what's coming next?
Yeah.
If we were going to do a day, I wonder if maybe like early March, before baseball started,
When weeds
cut
are
grass
growing
down,
and-
Yeah, I was gonna say to get it
Yeah.
ready for the spring.
So
It's a good idea.
I think that would be a great time.
people want to start getting out, I don't know, that's the time of year that the gym's not neat, but.
Yeah, I mean, and that could be a good time, like you said. I mean, between landscape beds here in town, landscape beds in the community center and down at the park. I mean, cutting grasses back, pruning stuff, picking up trash. Not that there's a ton of it down at that time of year, but little stuff.
That's kind of like a spring cleaning almost,
Yeah. I mean, painting and stuff can be kind of difficult just because good, bad, or indifferent, summertime is a good time to do it, because as long as it's usually dry, you can get paint on and it dries pretty quick.
Yeah.
Get multiple coats, whereas like you get in the spring and fall, you start dealing with a lot more temperature fluctuation, rain,
Moisture.
possibly.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just something to table and think about. So you just got to let us know where you need help, and we got a lot of good people that will jump in. So don't be afraid to ask.
yeah,
So,
for sure.
all right. So we've got vouchers that we need to get approved for the Santa Claus Community Center. We got vouchers in the amount of $2,775.06 for the month of August. So,
I will make a motion to approve those.
or should I say the month of July? Sorry, the month of July. So,
And I'll make a motion to approve the July voucher.
all right. We've got a motion to approve the July vouchers for Santa Claus Community Center in the amount of $2,775.06. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any public comments? Motion passes 3-0. And we'll get these signed real quick. And then moving on, we've got vouchers for the month of July for the Santa Claus Park and Rec for Yelig Park in the amount of $9,913.48.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I second.
All right, we've got a motion to approve. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Any public comments? Motion passes 3-0. Vouchers are approved. All right, are there any other discussion points we need to cover before we adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting out.
At 7:40. Right, 7:40.
7:40? We get a second motion?
Oh, yes, I second.
All right. So we've got a motion to close and adjourn the meeting at 7:40 PM. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes to adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.